the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Houston Texans.
Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. In the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll have Cam Newton calling the shots, the big man under center at 6'5", nearly 250 pounds.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Throwing is Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. This is taken at about the 14. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. First and 10, it's Stroud. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 24-yard line. They'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Cisco. And the Jags are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field. And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away. They'll start on the ground. Etienne takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Newton. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt...
Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. Stroud out of the gun here. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. Stroud got his tight end. That's complete. It's Schultz. Touchdown. Dalton Schultz. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are on the board first here in this division round matchup. A long way to go in this one. I'm sure that's not the only score we'll see today, but to jump out like that, very good.
Yeah, everyone wants to set the pace. You know, in a game like this, you want people chasing you. You don't want to be the team chasing them. That's exactly what they did.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was the tight end Dalton Schultz on the touchdown reception to cap the drive. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Jaguars again ready to take over on offense. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Now ETN to start the drive. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Newton now to throw. Buying time to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Johnston. Finding room at midfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw is Newton. Going to throw right side here, complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Dancing to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. On 2nd down, a run with ETN. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Newton now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Cam Newton, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the final piece to the puzzle was the Cam Newton touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. With the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
That's good for 28 yards. And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. But I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30, and they should be able to go up and get it most of the time.
And he got it there. Stroud now on 1st and 10. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 41. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. They fake the give. Newton. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, Newton. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. On 1st down, Newton. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. The 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Newton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. This a 31-yard attempt. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. Pass pass is caught for a first, but he's looking for more. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And now out comes Houston. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Stroud looking to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Stroud here on 3rd and long. He'll find Gabriel Davis. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. They find some open field here. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On 1st down, here's Stroud. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd down, it's Stroud. And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Jaguars getting set to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. 9 yards, and that leaves them just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 35-yard line. Back to throw, Newton. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. To the air again, Newton. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Johnston. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Off play action. Newton. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. Here's Newton. And this one goes incomplete. A first misfire there after 6 straight completions, and it leads to 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. And And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Play action. Stroud now. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Josh Allen. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Stroud working out of the gun. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out, because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a man open down the middle of the field.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Gano's kick is good, and that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Newton. He finds his man, complete. It's Johnston. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. On 1st and 10, Newton. Flush to his right. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down. Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. It's the second quarter of play, and it's the... Now it's Newton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have the Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Touchdown, Jaguars! Higgins from 13 yards out. And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
The try here for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
And he'll just get rid of it. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, here's Pierce. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Schultz. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. That's caught again by Schultz. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
That coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. This fourth and final matchup on this divisional round weekend. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC divisional round game. And it's the Las Vegas Raiders.
Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now, because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Pierce now up the middle.
Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Now here's Stroud on 3rd down.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Josh Allen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options. But when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Newton. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Daniil Hunter with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
Even keeping the back end for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Texans will take over. Houston's offense taking over again. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition,
Welcome back to TIAA Bank Field on the shores of the St. Johns River in
Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. It's Texans football as we get set to rejoin the action in quarter number 3. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Schultz. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's second down.
On second down, here's Pierce.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
no, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
Here's Stroud.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. The second down throw now from Stroud.
He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Stroud on 3rd down now.
He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 28.
Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Stroud sets up the play action.
And Davis has it over the middle.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Stroud.
And he wisely will throw that one away. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Gano's kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
Jacksonville set to go again offensively. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body.
Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one, because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here.
Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. And they'll go play action here with Stroud.
And it'll be intercepted.
And the Jags are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
He finds his man, complete. It's Johnston. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
On 2nd and 11 now. Newton. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Fletcher Cox able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now Newton. Forced out to his left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Texans back out there and ready to go. And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone, they throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up, you end up throwing a pick, everything goes awry. And now, points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out, I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless too.
And they'll go right back to Pierce.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Stroud to throw it.
And that is caught. It's Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That's a 3rd down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Here we go. Here we go. 52 blue.
First and 10, it's Stroud.
Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 16. 15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Give to Pierce.
He will push his way down to about the 14. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Play action. Here's Stroud.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, but while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick six from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Now Stroud. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Here we go. Set. Red 38.
Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Cisco. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They fake the give. Newton. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Newton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Newton.
Higgins, what a catch. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
From the 50, Newton. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard.
Newton's throw caught by Higgins.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 26. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. On 1st down, it's Newton. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Throwing again is Newton. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play.
and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Newton. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Touchdown! A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jags are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this fourth-quarter lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And now out come the Jags.
And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And he's got his big tight end here. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. The ball still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's brought down. It's first and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky fourth down call. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.